Hey everyone, my name's Shane and I'm a big baseball fan. Welcome to 3 Up, 3 Down. I know it's been a little while, but we've been trying to make some things happen on the channel. So today's video, it's all going to be about the MLB All Star Game. I think baseball has one of the best All Star games around for the simple fact that it's actually playing the game of baseball and it's not some glorified exhibition where nobody's really trying that hard. So I think Major League Baseball has got it right in terms of the All Star Game. I'm going to go through my picks of who I think should be the starters for the American League and National League at each position. Obviously, no pitchers involved in that, but I'll give some suggestions at the end. I love some of the big moments in the MLB All Star Game. Growing up as a kid in the home run derby with Chris Berman and the back, and Ken Griffey Jr. flipping the hat around. Those are some really iconic moments. So I hope Major League Baseball's All Star Game really brings it this year and really shows the talents and personalities of some of the top players in baseball. So without further ado, let's get into my picks for the MLB All Star Game. Here we go.
So here we go. We're going to get into our all-star votes, going position by position as they have it laid out. Starting it off, first base. For me, for first base in the American League, there's three guys I would really consider. That would be Luis Arias of the Twins, Ty France of the Mariners, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. of the Blue Jays. Vlad's doing his thing, but for this, I'm going with Ty France. He's been excellent for the Mariners. They would be absolutely dead and buried without France. They put just enough life in their offense. Maybe they can make a run in the second half. And in the National League, for me, Freddie Freeman's been really, really good. Pete Alonso has been very good. But Paul Goldschmidt has been absolutely incredible this year. So it's got to be Paul Goldschmidt in the National League. Second base is a little weaker. And this is where it could be interesting. I know they've got Jose Altuve right now as first in the voting, but I'm going a little bit under the radar with Andres Jimenez with Cleveland. Cleveland's having a good year this year. They've been in first place. I expect Jimenez to drive that offense a little bit more in the second half. A young guy who's really breaking out this year. When you go to the National League, for me, it's Jazz. Jazz Chisholm Jr. has been awesome. So much speed, so much power, so much charisma at the position. Love what Jazz is doing with the Mariners. I know the average isn't great, but it's still above league average. So Jazz all the way. Third base, again, it's pretty simple for me. In the American League, it has to be Jose Ramirez. He's absolutely leading Cleveland this year. Rafael Devers is to be the second choice, but Devers will be on the All-Star team. I just think the production from Jose Ramirez and the fact there's not a lot of other protection in that lineup for him really makes Jose Ramirez the top spot there. National League, you got to go Manny Machado. Machado has been so good. There really isn't anybody else standing out so much in the National League. I know Nolan Arenado's numbers are good, but Nolan Arenado has pretty similar numbers to that every year, so he's a consistent all-star. For me, Machado has been really, really leading the Padres, so it has to be Manny Machado in the National League. I know he's hurt. If he ends up he can't play, that's fine. He'll be replaced anyway, but it's got to be Manny Machado. In the American League for shortstops, Bo Bichette leads in voting. I don't think Bo Bichette is the best shortstop in the American League right now. I think it's Xander Bogaerts. Xander Bogaerts has been really, really good for Boston. He drives that offense along with Devers and JD Martinez, but such a core piece there. His defense has been better than advertised. Tim Anderson would be a good choice as well. Bo was probably third, maybe fourth, even behind Carlos Correa. So I'm putting Xander Bogaerts as the best shortstop so far in the American League. In the National League, this guy's had some up and down years. I think the guy who's not getting a lot of credit for this year is Tommy Edman in St. Louis. If you look at WAR, Tommy Edman is one of, if not the best ranked players in all of baseball. You look at the numbers, 272 average, okay, well above average. 7 home runs, 32 RBIs. He's got some decent on-base percentage. I know the offense isn't like blowing you out of the water, but his defense has really solidified the middle infield for the Cardinals, who've had some questions at shortstop. Tommy Edman sliding over to play short allows them to bring up Nolan Gorman to play second and really, really improves that defense for the Cardinals in the infield. I think Tommy Edman is very deserving of an all-star spot. You can comment down below if you don't agree with that, but that's where I'm going. Catchers is so hard to go with. I think there's 2 in the American League, maybe 3. You can maybe include Jonah Heim. Jose Trevino is breaking out with the Yankees and been very good for them. But you gotta love Alejandro Kirk. 325, 10 home runs, 31 RBIs, that 941 OPS. Alejandro Kirk is the guy. He's been so good for the Blue Jays. You might have actually thought Danny Jansen in the spot if Jansen hadn't been hurt so much, but Jansen's injury has allowed Kirk to really break out. He's been so good. His defense is very improved. I've actually been very impressed with his throwing this year, which was a real weakness in the past. Much, much better. In the National League, you got Wilson Contreras, obviously who's leading in terms of offense, but he's such a poor defender. Travis d'Arnaud is up and down, very similar to Contreras in terms of the offensive abilities there. I'm going a little bit with a heart pick in this one. I want to see Yadier Molina in the All Star Game with his last year. It would be so cool if you could see Yadi catching Adam Wainwright in the All Star Game. What's probably the last year for each of those guys. That would be so cool to see. So I'm going to vote Yadi Molina. If I was going off of my head, I would definitely go Wilson Contreras of the Cubs, but I'm going to go Yadi. Moving to the outfield, we have 3 selections in each. I have got a feeling that there's going to be pretty common across the board what people are voting. You just have to find them. Aaron Judge has to be automatic in the American League, probably the MVP at this point. I think most people are going to go Mike Trout. I'm not a big Mike Trout fan all the time, but I think Mike Trout definitely deserves a vote here, so we're definitely going to include Mike Trout. And the third one, I've gone back and forth in my mind. I'm not quite sure where I was thinking of this, but I'm going to throw a little love towards Taylor Ward. He's had such a good first half. The injuries have caught up to him a bit in June, but still would love to see Taylor Ward get some recognition there. So we'll give 2 Angels there in terms of our votes, even though they've been really struggling the last little bit. In the National League, we're going to have to find our players here as we scroll through so many options. Mookie Betts has been absolutely incredible for the Dodgers again, as always. Now, he is injured as well, but I'm going to stick with Mookie Betts there. The other ones, where are we looking here as we scroll through? I think Starling Marte would be a player of consideration. The Mets need someone out there, but I'm going to go with Jock Peterson as another vote for me. Jock Peterson has had a really, really good year. I think he needs more recognition. He's been so well for the Giants. He's had some injuries as well, but when he's been healthy, he's been very, very good for them. And the final choice, everybody seems to be going with Juan Soto. I don't think Juan Soto is having as good a year as people are making it out to be. Defense isn't quite as good. Offense isn't there. He seems to be pushing it a little bit. I'm not loving what I see there. So a real struggle with me with the third vote here. So I'm going to go with Starling Marte. I think Marte has really solidified the top of the lineup with the Mets, really giving them some solid production and quality defense. They need someone out there starting for them. So we're going to go with Starling Marte. Designated hitter is probably some of the easier ones here. Yordan Alvarez. He just got hurt today as I'm recording this, but Yordan Alvarez has to be in the All-Star team. He's been so good this year. If he was a better defender, he'd be right up there for MVP. But for right now, Yordan may be the best hitter in the American League, up there with Aaron Judge. I'd love to vote Miggy. I know I did do with Yachty, but I think Miggy might get there on his numbers potentially as a reserve. So we're going to go with Yordan Alvarez for a vote there. And the National League, I still have to vote Bryce Harper. I know Bryce has been injured and has a broken thumb, so he probably won't be able to play. So he'll be replaced. But I think Bryce Harper is certainly deserving. He's had an incredible year, really guiding the Phillies. His loss is really going to hurt that team. So there you have it, my picks. You can get to see them. Ty France and Goldschmidt, Jimenez and Jazz Chisholm, Jose Ramirez, Manny Machado, Xander Bogaerts, Tommy Edman, Alejandro Kirk and Yadi Molina, Judge, Trout, and Ward, Betts, Marte, and Jock Peterson. We've got Yordan Alvarez and Bryce Harper. I think there's going to be really cool pitching options as well. In the American League, you got Alek Manoah, Shane McClanahan, Jorge Lopez. There are going to be some very good pitching options there. Joe Ryan has been very good for the Twins. Probably Justin Verlander for the Astros as well. In the National League, I'm actually really excited to see someone like David Bednar with the Pirates make it. You've got some very good options there as well. When you start throwing names like Julio Urias, who's had a decent year, maybe not the best year, for him, but he's still probably All-Star Game worthy. Miles Michaelis has been very good for the Cardinals. Some of those players that maybe aren't as heralded names in the National League. Sandy Alcantara definitely has to be there. You've got some really good closing options with them as well. Edwin Diaz with the Mets has been very good. Some of those top end guys. So it'll be really interesting to see who makes the All-Star Game. But for now, those are going to be my picks for the All-Star Game starters. So let's see if those are the starters come finish to voting. If you haven't voted, make sure you take a chance and throw your picks out there. And if you have any disagreements with me, make sure you comment down below.
Thanks for making it all the way to the end of the video. Greatly appreciate all the support. I know it's been hit or miss of late, but I greatly appreciate all the comments, all the subscribers we're getting. Someday soon, I'm hoping to hit that 50 subscriber level. If we do that, well, then we can start talking about having a live night of baseball where I sit down and we'll chat it up. If you're interested in that kind of thing, make sure you comment below. Till next time, though, take care, everyone.